Hey, why haven't you given me any money this month? Do you have any idea how much I need to spend? I've been swamped with work, okay? I forgot to send you the money, but I'm dealing with it now. Remember that in just 2 months, I'll be completely out of debt. You don't have to keep reminding me of that, do you? Do you think I enjoy being stuck with a useless person like you? You're beyond ungrateful. How dare you insinuate that I wasted my time giving birth to you and raising you just so you could be successful today? Enough! Stop with the sarcasm. Anyone who overhears your words would think you actually love me. You think you're clever, huh? You even had the audacity to teach me about life. But guess what? I need another $5,000 this month. $5,000? For what exactly? This month, I want to buy your brother some new shoes and clothes to prepare him for work. And I also want to provide him with proper nourishment so he can keep his strength up while job hunting. He's been feeling down and losing weight because he can't find a job. I can't stand seeing him like this. And how is that my problem? Didn't we agree that I'd give you $10,000 every month until it adds up to $200,000 as a thank you for giving birth to me? After that, we'd cut ties and never bother each other again. I'm not obliged to give you more money to support him. Besides, isn't he just unemployed because he dreams of being a manager or department head rather than taking any job available? How can you say such heartless things? He's your brother, your flesh and blood. He has a decent university degree and he's an extremely talented and capable person. How could he settle for some low-level employee position when he's treated as an errand boy? He deserves more than some menial job where he's treated like a servant. Huh? Don't think that your little amount of money gives you the right to say whatever you want about my son. Whatever you want, but I won't give you any extra money. Oh, hold on. I've thought about it again. $200,000 is probably not enough to compensate for my love, effort, and sacrifices in raising you. Moreover, my son is about to get married. If he doesn't have a car or a house, society will look down on him. So before you cut ties with us, you better buy your brother an expensive car and a fancy house. Otherwise, don't even think about escaping from me. What? That was never part of our agreement, and you know it. Well, I've been thinking. Aren't you the manager of a prestigious company? With your high salary, it shouldn't be a problem at all. Just a few more years and you'll be able to fulfill this obligation, won't you? That's not the point. You clearly understand that I have no responsibility or obligation to cater to your son's life. If it weren't for my father's dying wish, instructing me to take care of you and your brother until he can stand on his own, I would have cut ties with you a long time ago, Kimberly. You're such a heartless monster of a child. How could you prioritize the words of a dead man over mine? The one who raised you? Because he treated me fairly, unlike you. So what about your poor dead father, leaving me to work tirelessly to provide for you and your brother? And now you treat me like a burden. Kim, don't you feel any shame when you claim to have taken care of me? Have you ever treated me to a decent meal or shown me the love a mother should? No, you treated me like a servant. Don't forget how cruelly you treated me. Ugh, why bring up the past? I did what I did to toughen you up, to teach you how to survive in this world. It was all for your own good. Haven't you always listened to your father? Then obey his wish. Give me money, take care of us, and provide for my son and me for the rest of our lives. Dad said, until your brother comes of age. He's already 25 years old now. When will he finally grow up and take responsibility for himself? I don't care about that. You're my daughter, and you will do as I say. You will take care of my son and help him live a comfortable life. And if you can't buy him a house and a car, why don't you use your position as the head of the department to get him a job in your company? You can't let him struggle in this cruel society, can you? Hey, are you kidding me? This is absurd. I won't use my professional position to indulge in your unrealistic demands. I don't have time to joke with you. You have such a prestigious position, yet you can't even secure a job for your own brother? You're completely useless. This is not how it works. This is a professional environment, not a favor bank. Besides, your son lacks the qualifications and work experience necessary for the position. The recruitment process is rigorous, and I can't just hand him a job. But he's exhausted from his job search. He's constantly rejected by reputable companies, forced to work in lowly positions, and treated like dirt. I won't let my beloved son suffer. But if he works at your company, you can protect him. No one would dare bully him then. Everyone starts from entry-level positions and works their way up. He needs to learn the value of hard work and perseverance. Being overprotective won't do him any good. Huh! So now you're trying to portray yourself as mature and independent, huh? Treating this family like strangers, as if we're not connected by blood. What a waste of my love and all the hardships I endured to give birth to you and raise you all these years. But my dear daughter, I won't blame you for not loving me. I understand. It's all my fault. When your younger brother was born sick, almost on the brink of death, I simply thought you were a strong and understanding child, capable of taking care of yourself. Therefore, I focused on loving and pampering your brother more. But I never imagined it would make you hate me so much. It must be all my fault. All right. Stop dwelling on that old story. Fine. This will be the last time I help him. Promise me that if you make any more demands, you will repay me the full $200,000 and disappear from my life. All right, my dear girl. But remember, make sure to get your brother a good, respectable job. My precious son is not meant to be a mere errand boy or an ordinary employee somewhere. I can't make that decision alone. I will reach out to HR and arrange an interview for him with me and my boss. If he passes the interview, he will be assigned a suitable position based on his abilities. That's the best I can do. That's acceptable. As long as you're there to protect him, no one will dare to bully him. Make sure to tell him not to reveal our sibling relationship at work. I don't want others to make assumptions. I'm sure you also don't want your son to be labeled as incompetent and useless, relying on his sister to secure him a job, right? Fine, don't worry about it. Oh, I'm thrilled to hear that my son is finally going to have a job. I need to make preparations for him. Hey, Kim, do you know where James is? I can't get in touch with him. Did that jerk run away after causing all this trouble? Why are you using such harsh words to scold him? Can't you see how scared he must be? He didn't want things to turn out like this. He did it for the sake of our family. As his older sister, shouldn't you try to comfort him and find a resolution instead of berating him? What? So you already know what happened and yet you're still defending him? James might have to go to jail and pay double the contract value, which amounts to $1 million. And I could also be held accountable and face an investigation. Why would anyone want that? It's just a stroke of bad luck. Besides, it's not as catastrophic as you're making it out to be. You just need to compensate the company for the contract, and everything will be fine. Do you think it's that simple? James colluded with the construction material suppliers, replacing the materials my company purchased with cheaper, lower quality ones and pocketing the price difference. He was in charge of procuring materials for this construction project. If it weren't for a surprise inspection conducted by the corporation today, it would have been difficult to uncover his deceit because he always knew my inspection schedule and could easily prepare in advance. Do you realize that building a structure with substandard materials can lead to serious incidents and damage my company's reputation like this? He didn't do it on purpose, did he? He was lured into this by the sales side. Unfortunately, he got caught. You know he lacks experience in work and life, so it's understandable that he made a small mistake. Just a small mistake? The company has already involved lawyers and the police. Can you still defend him? Do you realize that this could result in up to 10 years of imprisonment? The police are already investigating, and James won't be able to escape the consequences. He directly signed the receipt for the fraudulent goods, and the supplier admitted to the fraud as well. Not only will he have to go to jail, But I'll also have to take responsibility for this mess. Tell me where he is. He needs to face the consequences of his actions. Enough! It has come to this point, and you have to find a solution instead of placing all the blame on your brother like that. What other solution do you propose? The only way now is for James to turn himself in and accept the consequences of his actions. But remember, this is his responsibility, and I won't beg for him. Ariana, my dear daughter, I know you love your brother and me. You've always done everything for our family, right? But I'm running out of options. It's beyond my capability to fix this. Actually, there is still one way. Since you're James's boss, if you take the blame for this, the severity of the crime will be lessened for him, right? What are you suggesting? I mean, if you collude with the seller, steal money for materials, and then manipulate the orders to make James unknowingly become an accomplice, your crime will be seen as less serious. I think your sentence could be reduced by half. So you would only have to go to jail for 5 years, and my son would only need to pay a fine. What? Are you asking me to plead guilty for James and go to jail on his behalf? Exactly. He's your brother, and it's only natural for you to help him. Besides, what's the harm? What's the harm? My goodness. My only mistake was placing my trust in the wrong place. I never thought that no matter how flawed you both are, you would dare to engage in illegal activities or harm the company. I was foolish to believe that James could change for the better. Don't blame my son and speak of him as if he's useless and incompetent. Everything is your fault. In terms of work, you haven't been strict enough in managing your subordinates, allowing such exchanges of materials to happen. In terms of family, as the older sister, you couldn't even provide a house or a car for your younger brother, forcing him to struggle with a meager salary. And because of his low income, he can never afford a house. So I suggest he find a quicker way to earn more money. So, all of this is your fault, and now you have to take responsibility for it. What? What did you just say? Are you the one who instigated James to do these despicable things? How could you? You're willingly putting your own son behind bars. I always thought you made my life miserable, but I never expected you wouldn't even raise your favorite son properly. How dare you speak to me so rudely? Is this how you treat your own mother? I can't believe I put in the effort, money, and love to raise you, and now you treat me like an enemy. You claim to have worked hard to raise me? Let me remind you, it was you who forced me to drop out of college to work and earn money to support your son's education. You said that girls would never be as successful as boys, and that I would end up getting married and becoming a stranger. So there was no need for further education. Do you remember how I had to beg and plead with you to let me continue my studies and take up part-time jobs in the afternoons? And even night shifts, just to pay for my own education and support your son? And whose fault was that? It was your father who said you should take care of us instead of him, right? You're such a weirdo. Why do you listen to him more than me? While you always favored your son, saving the best for him, buying new toys and giving him whatever he wanted, I had to make do with hand-me-downs from my cousin or items I picked up from charity boxes. I always had to eat the leftovers after your son finished his meal, and I spent my days doing household chores. Thankfully, I had a father who loved me, but he didn't have much money and was constantly oppressed by you. All he could do was comfort me and buy me ice cream whenever he saw me unhappy. Oh, don't say that. I still love you. I always think of you, care about you, and worry about you. So let me ask you this question. If you can answer it correctly, I will plead guilty for James as you wish. Fine. Ask away. I'll answer whatever it is. What day is my birthday? What kind of question is that? Do you think I don't remember your birthday? I'm your mother, the one who gave birth to you. Then don't take too long to answer. September 6th, right? That's James's birthday. I meant October 15th. Yes, I'm absolutely sure. That's your birthday. Oh, well, then it must be... Stop it! I know you don't remember anything about me. It doesn't matter. I've made up my mind. You have to plead guilty for James. You're just a girl. You'll get married and become a stranger to me, and even if you go to jail, it won't matter. But James is different. He's a boy and he will be the one to take care of me when I'm old. He needs a bright future, a successful career, and a clean record. He can't go to prison. You can stop with your nonsense now. Do you remember our deal? What deal are you talking about? If you ask me to do anything more than finding James a job, then all previous agreements, including the $200,000, will have to be returned to me. And we will cut ties immediately. Furthermore, you and James will have to move out of my house. So what? What are you gonna do, huh? I have no money to repay you, and I won't leave this house. You have no right to kick me out. I will make a scene and show everyone what an ungrateful, disobedient daughter you are. Oh, I haven't revealed everything yet. Of course I won't demand the money back because both you and James will have to earn another $1 million to compensate my company. And as for leaving the house, I won't be the one to ask you to leave. I'll leave it to the police. You can sit there and wait comfortably because the police will come to pick you up. What? Why are the police involved in this? Do you remember when you accidentally confessed that you instigated James to steal money from my company? Well, coincidentally, the police entered my room at that moment to request cooperation in their investigation, and I conveniently let them read the entire conversation. So, Kimberly, what am I supposed to do now? I can't plead guilty for your son, whether you like it or not. But here's some good news for you. You'll be able to accompany James in jail and not have to worry about accommodation and food for the next, let's say at least 5 years. How dare you betray your own mother? Ariana, you can't do this to me! But we already cut ties. No, it's much deeper than that, Kimberly. From this moment forward, I declare that you are no longer my mother. I refuse to be associated with someone who is willing to sacrifice ethics, integrity, and the well-being of others for personal gain. Our DNA may be the same, but our values and principles couldn't be more different. How can you say such things? We're family, Ariana. You can't just disown me like that. Family is supposed to be a source of love, support, and trust. But you've shown time and time again that you're willing to betray those ideals. I won't allow myself to be dragged down by your immoral actions any longer. I choose to surround myself with people who uplift and inspire me, not those who bring me down. Ariana, please, I'm begging you to help me. I know I've made terrible mistakes, but I genuinely love you more than anyone, even more than James. You're my daughter, and my heart aches at the thought of losing you. Begging for help now, Kimberly? After all that's happened? It's quite ironic that you claim to love me more than James. Your words hold no weight when your actions have shown a different story. Ariana, please, I'm begging you to listen. I know I've made mistakes, but deep down, my love for you has always been greater than anything. Please, Ariana, I'm on my knees begging you. Don't turn your back on me. You're my daughter, my flesh and blood. Kimberly, love is not a bargaining chip or a means to escape the consequences of your actions. I need to prioritize my own well-being and the well-being of others. I'm sorry, but I can't be the one to save you from this. It's time for me to move forward without you. So here's how things turned out in the end. Kimberly and James, well, they didn't get off easy. The judge threw the book at them and sentenced them to a solid stretch in jail. James got slapped with a 10-year sentence, while his dear old mom, Kimberly, got a solid 8 years. Ouch. As for me, well, I managed to dodge that bullet. The investigation cleared my name, and I was found innocent of any involvement in their shady schemes. Can I get a hallelujah? It was a huge relief, let me tell you. No bars for this gal. But you know what? I decided it was time to make a fresh start. I couldn't stay in that house anymore, with all the memories of deceit and betrayal lingering in the air. So I packed my bags, sold that place, and bid farewell to that chapter of my life. Good riddance. I landed in a new town, ready to hit the reset button. And guess what? Fate had a little surprise in store for me. I met someone special, someone who saw past the scars and the baggage I carried. They loved me for me, flaws and all. Talk about a breath of fresh air. Together, we embarked on this crazy journey called life. We laughed, we cried, and we built something beautiful. It's amazing what can happen when you let go of the past and open yourself up to new possibilities. Love found its way into my heart, and I couldn't be happier. So here I am, sipping my coffee and reflecting on how life can throw curveballs at you. But hey, I made it through. I'm stronger, wiser, and surrounded by love. The darkness may have tried to bring me down, but I emerged victorious, ready to embrace the future with open arms. Here's to new beginnings and writing our own happy endings. Cheers!
Hey Lauren, do you have a second to talk? I just wanted to message you about something really quick.
Oh, Rhonda, it's been so long since I've heard from you. Yes, I have some time to text. What's on your mind?
Well, the thing is that I appear to have caught a cold, and I even have a bit of a fever. I felt awful since I woke up this morning.
Oh no, that's just awful. I'm so sorry to hear that. Are you okay? Do you need anything?
Well, I feel awful, but I know that it's actually not nearly as bad as it could be for me. But anyways, I want to get out of the house and go see a doctor. And I know that you work from home, don't you?
Well, yes, I do work from home, actually.
Well then, I am really sorry to ask this of you, but do you think that you could watch my son Ian while I go and see the doctor? I know that it's sudden, and I really wouldn't be asking if I had any other choices. But would you mind if I brought him over?
Oh, well, that would be no problem at all. Besides, I'm not busy today, so I could watch him no problem.
Really? Do you mean it? So you don't mind if I drive over there and drop off little Ian at your house?
I don't mind at all, but if you're in a lot of pain and want to go straight to the doctor's, then I could just pick him up from your place.
Oh, I couldn't ask you to do that. You don't even have a car, right? I'm the one putting you out to do this, so I'll take him over. It's not a big deal.
Okay then, well, just so long as you're feeling up to it. After all, I would hate for you to get a hot flash or something while driving. And I take it that my brother isn't available, which is why you're asking me, right?
Yes. Unfortunately, Harry had to leave for a rather long business trip the other day, so he's not even at home.
Oh, I see. I actually had no idea about that.
But anyways, even though I feel bad, the fever isn't dangerously high or anything. I know that I'll be okay driving.
Got it, but does that mean that when you get back from the hospital, you'll still have to take care of Ian by yourself, right? If it was okay with you, I wouldn't mind holding on to Ian until tomorrow. Maybe that way you could get a little rest and only have to worry about yourself today.
You mean you're really okay if my son spends the night at your house? You really take care of him like that?
Yes, of course, unless you're nervous about me watching Ian, since I'm single and all.
Oh no, it's nothing like that at all. I just really wasn't expecting you to offer to watch Ian like this. I'm very happy. Just a little surprised is all.
Well, of course I would offer to help. I mean, if you're feeling bad, why wouldn't I offer to help? It really will be my pleasure. Besides, it's been so long since I've gotten to see my nephew.
Well, thank you so much again. I mean, this is going to be just a huge help. You really have no idea. I was so worried about doing this all by myself.
Of course. Besides, all of our parents just live so far from us, so we've got to be there to help each other, right?
I really am so glad that I have someone like you as a sister-in-law. Thank you so much for everything you do. Well, okay then. I guess I'll tell Ian to pack an overnight bag, and then we'll head your way before I go to the doctor's.
Sounds good to me. I'll just be here, so ring the doorbell and I'll take him.
Actually, Lauren, I was wondering if I couldn't ask one more little favor from you.
Yeah, of course. What's on your mind?
I was just wondering if you wouldn't mind hiding the fact that I'm so sick and went to the doctor from Harry.
Well, I guess I could do that for you. But would you mind telling me why you want me to do that?
Well, it's just that you know how Harry can get. He's always been such a little worrywart, and I would hate for him to cancel his trip and come back just for me. I think that even if I told him it was just a little fever, that he wouldn't listen to me and insist on coming home. But I know that this is a really important trip that he's on.
Yes, that is very true about my brother. He can be very protective. Okay then, it'll be our little secret.
Thank you so much. And I'm sorry about all of this. I know that I'm asking a lot from you already.
Oh, you have nothing to worry about at all. But anyways, I'll just be home, so take your time. Hey, Rhonda, are you there? I was just wondering around what time you were going to pick up Ian.
Oh yes, I was going to stop by your house around 9 tonight. But just know there might be a chance that he might have to spend another night there. It's a good thing I sent him with that overnight bag, though.
Well, that's kind of the thing. Work is starting to pile up, and I don't think that I can watch Ian for another night. So I was hoping that you could come and take him off my hands now.
Wait, what? I don't understand what you mean by that. I thought you said that you wanted to help me, didn't you?
Yes, I did say that, but I think that we might have had different ideas of what that means. And I just think that I can't keep having him stay over like this anymore.
But I don't understand why not. I mean, don't you work from home? You told me that you hardly ever have to go to the office.
Yes, but I am still hired by a company and I have online meetings that I need to attend as well. So even though I'm at home, I'm still quite busy with work. It's just difficult for me to pay attention with a kid in the house.
Oh, come on. What are you talking about? You can just pop him in front of the tablet and forget all about him. That's what I do.
Rhonda, I'm not just going to let Ian watch TV all day and do nothing else. That would be horrible for his eyes, to say nothing about his brain.
I think you're being just a little overdramatic about all of this. It's not like he's spending every night there with you. I thought I could come to you to ask for some help, and now you're going back on your word.
I really do understand that you have a lot going on, and I do want to be able to be there for you. But I have my own responsibilities that I need to work out. If you want to leave him here on the weekends, that's fine. But I've watched him basically every other day this week. And so if this keeps going on, then I might just have to go to my mom and ask her for help.
Wait, what? No! You can't do that. Please, don't say a word about this to your mom either.
But I am telling you that I can't do this all by myself. Don't you get that?
Are you trying to cause problems between your mom and I? Because I already know that your mom isn't the biggest fan of me, you know. And so, if you go and ask for help with this, I just know that I'm going to get a big lecture from her later.
You mean like the time that she caught you smoking while you were pregnant?
Yes, exactly like that. I mean, it was just one little cigarette, and I hadn't smoked in so long. And then, your mom was just acting like I was some crazy, horrible person for doing it. But I just know that in France, they must do it all the time.
Right. Well, I don't really think that anyone should be smoking while pregnant. So, to be honest, I think you kind of had that one coming.
Okay, maybe. But even so, your mom shouldn't have just flipped out on me like that. I mean, I'm still the mother of her grandchildren.
I understand that you and my mom have some issues with each other, but I don't think she's the kind to hold a grudge. And anyways, if you need more help taking care of Ian, then I think that you should ask her for help. After all, the whole reason you need the help is because my brother is away, right?
Ugh. But I just know that your mom would just tell me to suck it up and try to take care of Ian anyways.
I really don't think that she would say that if you explained the situation to her, Rhonda.
You don't know what you're talking about. Your mom hates me. I won't ever go and ask for her help. So please, don't go and tell her about all of this, okay? I'm serious.
Okay, but I'm telling you that my work is really starting to pile up and I can't watch Ian like this anymore. In fact, next week I have a ton of business meetings lined up and even some trips to the office.
Oh, okay. I think I understand. So what you're saying is that you're good to watch him for the rest of the week?
That is not what I was saying at all, and I think you know that. So if you could please pick up your son by the end of the day, that would be a huge help to me.
But it's only the start of the week, and you just said that you'd be fine for this week.
That isn't what I said at all. Besides, I have to catch up on all of the work that I missed last week from sitting Ian.
Well, look, I'm really sorry, but if it doesn't work with my schedule, then I just won't be able to pick him up on time.
Your schedule? Harry told me that you're a housewife and don't work, isn't that right?
And just what is that supposed to mean? You think that just because I don't have a job doesn't mean that I don't have things to do?
That's not what I was saying, and I feel like you're putting words into my mouth. Besides, I think we can both agree that the most important thing here is Ian, right?
That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Besides, If I want to be a good mother to Ian, I need to have some time away from him to compose myself. Look, you're not married and you don't have kids, so I really don't think that you know what you're talking about with this. You have no idea how hard it is to be a mom like me. There are some days I'm so tired, I feel like passing out. And I thought I could come to you in time of need and ask for your help, and this is the response that I get?
Rhonda, I'm really not trying to downplay any of the hard work that you put into being a good mother. But I am telling you that taking care of Ian is really starting to affect me too.
Oh, please. You don't even know what it's really like to have a child all the time. So how about you quit your complaining and just listen to what I have to say? You are going to take Ian for the rest of the week, and I am not going to be picking him up today. Lauren, I know that you're there. Can you please stop ignoring my calls? You are still taking care of my Ian, aren't you? I hope that you're making sure he's getting fed 3 meals a day.
Rhonda, what in the world are you talking about? I'm not pretending to ignore you.
What are you talking about? I know that you're pretending not to be at home, even while I was outside your door ringing the doorbell.
I really wasn't doing that at all. In fact, I haven't been in the house all day. I had some meetings and things to take care of at the office.
Wait, what? But you never told me that you weren't going to be in today. Why didn't I know about this sooner?
I literally told you last week that this week would be very, very busy for me.
I don't remember you ever saying something like that. You better get back here right now.
I'm sorry, but that is just not going to happen. In fact, even if I did go home right now, I wouldn't be back for another hour.
But I left Ian standing in front of your front door when I was there this morning. And that was more than an hour ago.
Hold on a second. You mean to tell me that you left Ian alone at my house over an hour ago?
Yes! I thought you were home and just pretending not to be.
Well, you better go back to my house and pick Ian up right now!
Don't you dare tell me what to do. I don't have that kind of time. Ugh. You're ruining my plans entirely. If you work from home, then that means you should be at home every day of the week. You really are just useless. Do you know that? Lauren, you are in big trouble. Do you know that?
What are you talking about now, Rhonda? I really am starting to get just a little sick of this.
I am talking about Ian. It's all your fault that he's gone missing. I came back to get him and I couldn't find him anywhere. Well, now, I'm going to go call the cops and have them arrest you for this. I'll sue you into oblivion. You should have come back when I told you to.
Rhonda, if you call the cops, the only person getting in trouble will be you. Honestly, how in the world did I end up with such a stupid daughter-in-law?
Stupid daughter-in-law? What is that supposed to mean? That's rich coming from you.
You're not talking to Lauren right now, Rhonda. You're talking to her mother.
Wait a second. Carmen? Is that really you?
That's right. It's really me. And Lauren has been telling me all about the crap you've been pulling. I'm not sure that I've ever met a worse mother than you. Do you know that? You left Ian to be watched over by Lauren when you know how busy she is with work. And then you go and leave Ian alone, standing in front of her door, and lose him? You have no business taking care of a child.
Wait a second, Carmen. Let's just calm down. I think there's been some kind of mistake here.
You really think that now is the time to calm down?
I just think that we need to prioritize finding Ian, so I really don't have time to deal with being lectured by you.
Well, if you must know, Ian is here, safe with us.
You mean that you found him? Is he okay? Was he safe?
That's right. Lauren called her apartment manager and he found Ian and took him for the time being.
Oh, thank goodness. Well, I guess all is well that ends well, right? No more problems to worry about.
Are you kidding me? Do you really think this is okay? What is the matter with you? You left poor little Ian here all alone and you think that you can just get off scot-free from that? Do you have any idea how much trouble they could have gotten in? What if they got hurt? Why would you even leave them there?
Well, I just had something really important that I had to do, and I couldn't take Ian with me is all.
And just what plan is so important that you weren't able to take them with you?
If you really must know, I had to go to a friend's funeral today. So there, is that what you wanted to hear? Happy now?
Oh, really? You were at a funeral? Why don't you go ahead and tell me a little more about this funeral then? Is there anyone that I can call to confirm all of what you're saying right now?
What is your deal? What are you trying to blame me like I'm some kind of horrible person? I mean, I get that you don't like me, but it seems like you use every chance you get to attack me.
I don't want to hear it from you. Lauren already told you that she wasn't home. And yet you thought it was fine to leave your kids there anyways. But if you're not going to own up to the truth, I guess we'll just have to tell the police.
Wait, the police? What are you talking about? Why would the police need to be called if we already found Ian?
You were the one that said you were about to report my daughter to the police, isn't that right?
But I mean, now you're talking about calling the police on me. It wasn't Lauren to get into trouble, not me. But now, there's no need to call anyone.
Well, Lauren is back home now. She took Ian from her building manager. But you should know that the wife of the building manager is a mom whose children go to the same preschool as Ian.
Wait, what is that supposed to mean? I don't understand.
You mean you really can't guess at all what's going to happen next here?
I don't know what you're trying to get at here, but I don't like it.
Okay, then I guess I'll have to break this down for you. The thing is that this mom actually already called the cops on you. After all, she was telling us that you would bug all the other moms from the preschool to watch Ian. And when they finally all said no because they knew you would pull something like this, that's when you went to Lauren.
I just needed a little bit of time away from the kids, that's all.
Do you think my daughter runs a daycare from her house? Well, don't worry. You're going to have plenty of time away from your kid now. You won't ever be getting them back.
Hold on a second. You can't do this. I'm Ian's mother. You can't just take him away from me. You don't have that right.
Oh, I don't, but I'm going to tell someone who does have that right. Your husband. Or you can call him right now if you want to talk to him. Then you just have to wait for the police to contact you.
Wait, but can you please tell me where you are? Where is my son? I have to know. I'll go and pick him up right now, so please tell me.
Hello, Rhonda. It's Lauren again.
Lauren, why in the world were you letting your mom talk to me like that? But you saw, right? You saw the way that she treated me?
I let her text you because she's right next to me the whole time, and I had to hand her my phone. As for your son, I'm not going to lift even a single finger to help you out here. You seriously put your own plans in front of being there for your toddler. I don't care how badly you needed a break. You took this way too far. Not only that, but we heard from the other moms from your preschool about how you would trick them into taking care of Ian for days. And then they would see you out drinking and even walking around with other men when you told them Harry was out of town.
But it wasn't like that at all. They have it all wrong. They don't know what they're talking about. That man was just a friend. All those moms are always making up rumors.
Even if that were true, the fact is that you still took it too far this time. You left Ian with me for days and days and days. And thanks to you, I was hardly able to get any work done at all. Why pretend to care about Ian if you don't even want to be a real mother to him?
Lauren, how could you say that? Please, just whatever you do, don't go and tell my husband about this. I mean, do you know what'll happen if he finds out? You have to talk to your mom and convince her not to say a word to Harry, okay? I promise that I'll never ever do anything like this ever again.
No, I don't think I'm going to do any of that at all. In fact, I think it would be better if my brother did leave you and my mom feels the same way. You are clearly unfit to take care of a child, and it seems like you've been pulling this scam for some time now with the other mothers.
Please, you have to know how sorry I am. I realize that I should have never been acting this way at all. So please, whatever you do, don't go and tell Harry about this. I don't want him to take Ian from me.
I think you have more to worry about than what Ian is going to do. After all, you have the police to worry about. And after what you've done here, I don't think that any judge would ever grant you custody.
But you can't take my son away from me. If I lose Harry, then Ian will be all that I have left. You can't do this to me.
Nobody is doing this to you, Rhonda. You have done this to yourself. Don't you get that yet? You are the mother to a helpless toddler. You understand that, right? You understand he doesn't have anyone else either.
But I just needed a tiny little break, that's all. You don't know what it's like.
I am getting sick and tired of this woe is me act. You pretend like you work so hard to be a mom when really you look for any excuse to get out of it. I am going to tell Harry about this, and he is going to deal with you the way that he sees fit. But as for you and I, we are through here. After that, I told Harry all about what Lauren had been doing with Ian while he had been away, and unsurprisingly, Harry asked Lauren for a divorce. Harry told me that if he could, he really would want to try and make things work with Lauren. But thinking of the dangerous way that she would leave him with strangers to go running around, He knew that for the sake of his son, he couldn't stay married. And later, when Harry found out that Lauren was out seeing other men, he knew that he'd made the right decision. Lauren tried crying to me about this, but I wasn't having any of it and blocked her. I heard that she ended up moving back in with her parents. Harry arranged to come back as soon as I called him about what had happened. Our mom took Ian in, and after the divorce, Harry moved in to take care of Ian as well as our mom. As for me, I'm just glad that nobody got hurt and that Ian is going to get the care he deserves. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.